Welcome back. I'm Pratap here. Today is the 19th December 2024. In this video, I'm going to generate different supply demand zone reports useful to the premium subscribers. Even before that, all of you please understand we are providing complete free training on supply demand zone price action. The cost of the training is over $8,000 and it is a complete free training. You can access all the training lessons at our NeoStock YouTube channel. At our channel homepage, please click on the tab Posts. Some of you might be seeing the tab Community. Click on the tab. You get access to our free training course. This post is having a YouTube playlist link that will take you to all the training lessons. You just click on the link. Now we are into the playlist Supply Demand Zone Price Action course. Here you need to scroll down to the bottom of the page. Here starting from lesson 1.1, all the training lessons are placed in an order. Please go through all these lessons one by one and strengthen your skills related to supply demand zone price action. I have also provided the link to our Telegram channel in this video description. Please join at our Telegram channel. It will be useful to you. Okay, now let's get into the report generation. First, let us generate a NIFTY and BANKNIFTY supply demand zone chain because the data is currently under the process for generating the remaining reports. Before that, we will complete these reports. So, I am generating monthly supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Always look into the zone column to find the high liquidity zones. Look into the pierced columns to find the pierced zones, and always look into the LTF trend to find the trend of the current time frame you have selected. Also, please remember I am giving you only few seconds time when I am generating multiple reports. I request you pause the video, study the report and then proceed further. Apply these rules for all the reports. Okay, next time frame is weekly, generating weekly supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Next, generating daily supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Next, generating 125 minutes supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Okay, next, generating 75 minutes supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Next, generating 25 minutes supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Next, generating 15 minutes supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Next, generating 5 minutes supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. All are supply zones. I am scrolling the list down to find the demand zones. Okay, this is about NIFTY supply demand zone chain. Next, we will generate a BANKNIFTY supply demand zone chain. That is nothing but NIFTY Bank. Generating monthly supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. Next, I am generating weekly supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. Next, I am generating daily supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. Next, I am generating 125 minutes supply demand zone chain for Bank Nifty. Next, I am generating 75 minutes supply demand zone chain for Bank Nifty. Next, I am generating 25 minutes supply demand zone chain for Bank Nifty. Next, I am generating 15 minutes supply demand zone chain for Bank Nifty. Next, I am generating 5 minutes supply demand zone chain for Bank Nifty. So with this we have completed Nifty and Bank Nifty supply demand zone chain. Next we have to generate stocks near demand and supply zones. So let me check the processing. Yes, the processing is completed. Good. Now we don't require any of this database. I'm shutting down the database, MySQL database. Okay, gone. Okay. Now let's start generating stocks near demand and supply zones from half-yearly time frame. Half-yearly demand stocks near half-yearly demand zone. We don't have stocks. Next, half-yearly time frame near half-yearly supply zone. No stocks are available. Next time frame is quarterly. Stocks near quarterly demand zone. We have 3 stocks. I am giving you only few seconds time to watch the report. Requesting you pause the video, study, and then proceed to the next reports. In case if you does not know how to understand this report, I request you complete our training lesson 21.1. There I have explained all the columns, values, and abbreviations in detail. Okay, next quarterly time frame. Stocks near quarterly supply zone. 5 stocks are filtered. Next time frame is monthly. Stocks near monthly demand zone. 9 stocks are filtered. Next monthly time frame. Stocks near monthly supply zone. 4 stocks are filtered. Next time frame is weekly. Stocks near weekly demand zone. 11 stocks are filtered. Next, stocks weekly time frame, stocks near weekly supply zone. 5 stocks are filtered. Next time frame is daily, stocks near daily demand zone. 8 stocks are filtered. We need to identify the daily high liquidity zones from this list. Nifty 50 is a filtered stock, is currently near the Nifty 50 high liquidity demand zone. I already explained how to fine tune this zone in one of the earlier videos. We have fine tuned zones available. Next we have Godrej properties having high liquidity zone. National Aluminium is not valid, it is a pierced zone. Next, PI Industries is having high liquidity zone. Reliance is having high liquidity zone. So total 4 high liquidity daily demand zones we identified from this list. Okay, next daily time frame. Stocks near daily supply zone. We got 11 stocks. Let us identify the high liquidity supply zones from this list. Apollo Hospital is having high liquidity zone. Supply zone. Laurus Labs again we got. Tata Elxsi and Zydus Life. We have identified 4 high liquidity supply zones from this list. Okay, next time frame 125 minutes, stocks near 125 minutes demand zone. 13 stocks are filtered. Next 125 minutes time frame, stocks near 125 minutes supply zone. 14 stocks are filtered. Next time frame is 75 minutes, stocks near 75 minutes demand zone. 3 stocks are filtered, and we don't have any high liquidity 75 minutes demand zones. Next, for 75 minutes time frame, stocks near 75 minutes supply zone, we got 9 stocks. High liquidity supply zones, let us identify. Mahindra and Mahindra M&M Finance, Tata Steel is having high liquidity supply zone. We have identified 275 minutes high liquidity supply zones from this list. Okay. Next time frame is 25 minutes, stocks near 25 minutes demand zone. 7 stocks are filtered. Next 25 minutes time frame, stocks near 25 minutes supply zone. 10 stocks are filtered. Next 15 minutes time frame, stocks near 15 minutes demand zone. 2 stocks are filtered. Next 15 minutes time frame, stocks near 15 minutes supply zone. 7 stocks are filtered. And some of the stocks are pierced zones, we need to ignore them. Next time frame 5 minutes, stocks near 5 minutes demand zone. 6 stocks are filtered. Next 5 minutes time frame, stocks near 5 minutes supply zone. 4 stocks are filtered. This one is the pierced zone. Okay, this is about stocks near demand and supply zones. Next we will generate bullish and bearish trade setups for monthly, weekly and daily income trades. Bullish trade setup monthly income trade. Entry zone is a demand zone. Bullish or bearish daily, we are selecting bullish. And this daily demand zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced account, daily time frame, minimum value 0, maximum value 0. That means zone is not pierced. Zone achievement violated opposing zone. Minimum order enhancer score should be 12. And all the 3 filters applied to monthly demand zone. We got only 6 stocks. All 6 are all-time high. Something wrong here. I'm sorry, I made a mistake. I selected monthly time frame. I have to select a daily time frame. Bullish trade setup, daily demand zone. And we have selected daily time frame bullish. And even pierced account also, daily time frame we selected. 0, 0. Okay, fine. Let me filter. We got 19 stocks. These 19 stocks are supporting bullish trade setup for monthly income trade. Entry time frame is daily. Okay, out of these 19 high probability setups based on LTF, ITF demand zone confluence, let us further filter. That is the daily demand zone with the weekly demand zone confluence. Out of 19, we got 13 stocks. That means all these 13 daily demand zones are part of the weekly demand zone. And that weekly demand zone should have weekly EMA confluence to further filter more high probability trade setup stocks. Let us verify. In the EMA confluence, weekly time frame, because the daily zone is part of the weekly zone, and the weekly zone having weekly EMA confluence. With this filter, we got 7 stocks. These 7 stocks are even more high probability trade setup supported stocks. Okay. Next, we will look for LTF, ITF and HTF demand zone confluence. I am removing this EMA filter. In the demand zone confluence, I need to add 2 more additional filters, that is a daily with monthly demand zone confluence, weekly with monthly demand zone confluence. With these 3 filters, we got 1 stock. So in this zone, this is the daily zone, is part of the weekly zone, both together part of the monthly zone. Let us check whether this monthly zone is having monthly EMA confluence. In the EMA confluence, monthly time frame, monthly demand zone with monthly EMA confluence. No, the stock is not having monthly EMA confluence. So this is about bullish trade setup for monthly income trade. Next, bearish trade setup for monthly income trade. Entry time frame daily, entry zone supply zone, bullish or bearish trade setup at daily. I am selecting bearish. This daily supply zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count daily time frame, I am setting minimum value 0, maximum value 0. Zone achievement violated, opposing zone, minimum odd enhancer score 12. Let's filter. We got 2 stocks. Currently, 2 stocks are supporting bearish trade setup for monthly income trade. These 2 are monthly daily supply zones, because entry time frame is a daily, that is LTF time frame. Out of these 2, how many are having a ITF confluence? Let's verify. In the EMA confluence, in the supply zone confluence, daily supply zone with weekly supply zone confluence, we got both the stocks. That means in both these stocks, these daily supply zones are part of the weekly supply zone. If weekly trend is a downtrend, it is even more high probability trade setup supported stocks. If the EMA confluence, weekly supply zones with weekly EMA confluence, because weekly trend is a downtrend. Let's verify. Both the stocks are filtered. That means these 2 are even more high probability trade setup supported stocks. Next, let us look for LTF, ITF, HTF supply zone confluence among these 2 stocks. So in the supply zone confluence, 2 more additional filters I should set. Daily with weekly supply zone confluence and weekly with monthly supply zone confluence with all the 3 filters. So 1 stock is filtered. So in this stock, LTF, ITF, HTF supply zone confluence. Let us check whether it is having monthly EMA confluence at monthly time frame, monthly supply zone, monthly EMA. So it is filtered. It is even more high probability trade setup supported supply zone. This is about bearish trade setup, monthly income trade. Next, bullish trade setup, weekly income trade, entry time frame 75 minutes, entry zone, demand zone in bullish or bearish trade setup. At 75 minutes, I am selecting bullish. The 75 minutes demand zone should not be pierced, so I am setting minimum value 0, maximum value 0. Zone achievement violated, opposing zone, minimum odd enhancer score 12. With all the 3 filters, we got 10 stocks. These 10 stocks are supporting bullish trade setup for weekly income trade. And all these demand zones are 75 minutes demand zones and entry time frame demand zones. Out of these 10 75 minutes demand zones, let us identify high probability setup stocks based on LTF and ITF demand zone confluence. That is 75 minutes and daily demand zone confluence. I am enabling the filter. With this filter, out of 10 stocks, we got 6 stocks. All these 6 demand zones are part of the daily demand zone. And daily trend is up. If these daily zones are having daily EMA confluence, they are even more high probability trade setup supported stocks. So in the daily time frame, because 75 minute zone is part of the daily zone, so we are looking for daily demand zone with daily EMA confluence. 3 stocks are filtered. These 3 are even more high probability trade setup supported demand zones. Okay, next let us look for LTF, ITF and HTF demand zone confluence. Removing EMA filter. In the demand zone confluence, we need to set 2 more additional filters. Already 1 is there, remaining 2. 75 with the weekly demand zone confluence, daily with weekly demand zone confluence. With all the 3 filters, we got 4 stocks. In these 4 stocks, these 75 minutes demand zones are part of the daily demand zone, both together again part of the weekly demand zone. And weekly trend is up for the first 3 stocks. If they are having weekly EMA Confluence, they are even more high probability trade setup supported stocks. Let us verify. In the EMA Confluence weekly time frame, weekly demand zone with weekly EMA Confluence, we got 3 stocks. Ignore the third one because it is sideways trend, ignore. And the first one and second one are even more high probability trade setup supported stocks. So this is about the bullish trade setup for weekly income trade. Next, bearish trade setup for weekly income trade. Entry time frame 75 minutes, entry zone, supply zone. In bullish or bearish trade setup at 75 minutes, I am selecting bearish. This 75 minute supply zone should not be pierced. So I am setting minimum value 0, maximum value 0, zone achievement VOZ, odd and enhancer score 12, and all the filters applied to 75 minute supply zone, and we got 13 stocks. These 13 stocks are supporting bearish trade setup for weekly income trade, and entry zones are 75 minute supply zones. Out of these 13 75 minute supply zones, some high probability setup zones might be available. So first filter is we need to filter based on LTF and ITF supply zone confluence. That is 75 minutes and daily supply zone confluence. Enable the filter. Out of 13 we got 8. In these 8, these 75 minute supply zones are part of the daily supply zone. And daily trend is down. If those daily supply zones are having daily EMA confluence, these 75 minute supply zones are even more high probability trade setup supported stocks. Let us find them. In the EMA Confluence, a daily time frame, because 75 minute supply zone is part of the daily supply zone, and daily supply zone is having daily EMA Confluence, we got 6 stocks. These 6 stocks are even more high probability trade setup supported stocks. Next, let us filter based on LTF, ITF and HTF supply zone confluence. We need to set 2 more additional filters. 75 with weekly supply zone confluence, daily supply zone with weekly supply zone confluence. With these 3 filters, we got 2 stocks. In both these stocks, 75 minute supply zone is part of the daily supply zone, both together part of the weekly supply zone. And both the HTF, that means weekly trend is sideways, no need to check for EMA confluence, because EMA confluence does not give any extra advantage in sideways trend. Okay, this is about bearish trade setup for weekly income trade. Next, bullish trade setup, daily income trade, entry time frame 15 minutes, entry zone, demand zone. In bullish or bearish trade setup at 15 minutes, I am selecting bullish. These 15 minutes demand zone should not be pierced. So in the 15 minutes time frame, minimum value 0, maximum value 0. Zone achievement violated, opposing zone, minimum odd enhancer score 12. All 3 filters are applied to 15 minutes demand zone. We got 2 stocks. These 2 are currently supporting bullish trade setup for daily income trade. All these entry time frames are 15 minutes demand zones. Out of these 2 15 minutes demand zone, how many are having ITF confluence? Let us verify. So 15 minutes demand zone with 75 minutes demand zone confluence filter is enabled. With this filter, 1 stock is filtered. That means this 15 minute zone is part of the 75 minute zone. Let us check whether this 75 minute zone is having daily EMA confluence, because 75 minutes trend is up. So in the EMA confluence, at 75 minutes time frame, 75 minutes demand zone with daily EMA confluence. No, that is not having any confluence. Let's check whether it is having a HTF confluence, that stock. So in the 2 more filters I have to set. First filter is already enabled, 2 more. 15 minutes with daily demand zone confluence, 75 minutes with daily demand zone confluence with all the 3 filters. That means this stock is having LTF, ITF, HTF confluence. That means this 15 minutes demand zone is part of the 75 minutes demand zone, both together again part of the 75 minutes, daily demand zone. And daily EMA Confluence we need not verify because trend is sideways trend, EMA Confluence does not make any sense. So this is about bullish trade setup for daily income trade. Next, bearish trade setup for daily income trade. Entry time frame 15 minutes, entry zone, supply zone. In bullish or bearish trade setup at 15 minutes, I am selecting bearish. 15 minute supply zone should not be pierced. So in the 15 minutes, minimum value 0, maximum value 0. Zone achievement violated, opposing zone. Odd and enhance score 12. All the three filters applied to 15 minute supply zone. Now we got total 16 stocks are filtered. All these 16 stocks are supporting bullish trade setup for daily income trade. Sorry for the mistake. Bearish trade setup for daily income trade. So total 16 stocks. Okay, out of the 16, let us filter high probability trade setup based on LTF and ITF supply zone confluence. That is 15 minutes and 75 minutes supply zone confluence. I am enabling that filter. With this filter, out of 16 stocks, we got 13 stocks. In all these 13 stocks, these 15 minute supply zones are part of the 75 minute supply zone. And 75 minutes trend is down in all these stocks. That is ITF trend. If any of these 75 minutes supply zones are having a daily EMA, then these 15 minute supply zones are high probability trade setup, even more high probability trade setup, supported stocks. So let's add EMA filter at 75 minutes time frame, daily EMA Confluence, because 15 minute supply zone is part of the 75 minute supply zone. So 75 minute supply zone, demand zone, sorry, I made a mistake here. 75 minutes supply zone with daily EMA Confluence. 4 stocks are filtered. These 4 stocks are even more high probability trade setup supported zones. All these 15 minute supply zones. Next, we will filter based on LTF, ITF and HTF supply zone confluence. So I have to remove this EMA filter first. So in the supply zone confluence, 2 more extra filters we should add. First one is already added and 2 more extra we have to add. That is 15 minute supply zone with daily supply zone confluence, 75 minute supply zone with daily supply zone confluence. With all the 3 filters, we got 3 stocks. In these 3 stocks, these 15 minute supply zones are part of the 75 minute supply zone, both together part of the daily supply zone. And the daily trend is down in the 3rd stock. If this is having daily EMA Confluence, this is even more high probability trade setup supported stock. Already all these 3 stocks are high liquidity supply zones. 15 minutes high liquidity supply zones. Let's verify. In the EMA Confluence, daily time frame, daily supply zone with daily EMA Confluence filter. All 3 filtered, but ignore the first one and second one because the trend is HTF trend is sideways. But 3rd one is even more high probability. We can ignore them by setting one more filter, trend on daily time frame. It should be downtrend, not sideways. See, now we got only 1 stock. So this is even more high probability trade setup supported stock. This is about bearish trade setup for daily income trades. In the final report, let us generate the stop buffers based on daily ATR. First 17 in this list are indices, remaining all are equity stocks. I am scrolling the list down, whichever the stock you want to refer, there you please pause the video. Okay, I am scrolling the list down. This is the end of the report. Hope this information will be useful to you for your further study and analysis. Let's all meet again in our next video. Thank you.